We're set up on the tripod. Good morning. Wow, what a day. Minus 6 degrees Celsius right now, but it promises to and is indeed dropping rapidly. As the day progresses, the temperature will fall by supper time. It's supposed to be around minus 17 to minus 19 degrees Celsius. We find ourselves at the bottom of the Niagara Escarpment, just outside the town of Collingwood, Ontario, at the beginning of what promises to be a challenging and exciting hike. It's 25 kilometers along the Bruce Trail heading southbound to the Osler Bluff and returning the way we came. So from our present position, or from our start point, it's 12.5 kilometers to the bluff. And again, we'll be returning along that same 12.5 kilometers for a total of 25 kilometer hike today. The pack is essentially a day pack with a few extras in there because I want to try out a new burner for my cook system today. So I'll be making coffee at Osler Bluff with that. It's about 12-14 pound weight, so it's actually nice and light, which is great. So hey, it's Thursday, 13th of February today, and as I said, it promises to be an exciting day. Okay, we are starting approximately a 1,000 foot climb over the next 2 kilometers. So you know what? Let's get to it. So right here, there's a marker, a blaze if you will, on the tree at the left, which is a blue blaze, indicating a side trail. That side trail, well, that's actually indicating the end of a side trail, and that side trail is the mission side trail here in the Blue Mountain section of the Bruce Trail. But the mission side trail also becomes the actual official Bruce Trail in the winter months. Right there, if you see it, there's a blaze, a white blaze telling us to turn left. So we are indeed on the Bruce Trail actual now. So we've climbed so far about 800 feet, and now we're picking up the actual Bruce Trail. Man, temperature is dropping rapidly. It's dropped another, I'd say, 2 degrees Celsius over the last 20 minutes or so. But again, the weatherman said that was definitely going to happen. Okay. Wow. Okay, let's keep going. Down here, about a kilometer or so down this trail, we come to an absolutely beautiful rapids river. We have talked about it before on our channel, a trail named Jasper, and we've also photographed it and created a video for also our photography channel, which is Gary Klein Photography. So this section of the trail itself, we've been down many times. Okay, the trail condition seems packed with, I'd say, about a 3-inch of fresh snow that fell last night. I'm the first person on the trail today, but at this particular section, the trail itself is easy to define, easy to see, easy to follow. It promises to get significantly more challenging to extreme a few kilometers down the trail when we enter into the next section, which is going to be very challenging. There's a lot of scrambling, a lot of rocks, a lot of crevices, so that's going to be a major challenge. And that is going to be in the Platoon area of this particular hike. But that's okay. we're aware of that. The last time I was actually down that particular section was in October, when we headed down to the Prudhoe River Valley for an overnight wild camp, which was pretty good. I can't wait to be able to do that again. I'm not particularly a winter camper at like -20 or -30 degrees Celsius temperatures, nighttime temperatures. So it's just too cold for me. But as soon as the weather warms up a little bit, come mid-April to the end of April, I will definitely be out along the escarpment and along the Bruce Trail for overnight wild camps, which I love doing. Okay, let's keep going. It's surprising how much the trail changes. You can hike this particular trail 100 times in the summer and the fall, and yet doing it in the winter almost becomes disorientating. It's as though you've never seen this trail before. It looks so entirely different. It's totally amazing. Wow. How beautiful is this? Ah, beautiful fresh snow. My goodness. Wow. Yeah. How beautiful. Right here ahead of me, and you may recall this because I'm sure this has been on a Trail Named Jasper video. It's definitely been on a Gary Clayton photography video. But here we're at the beautiful rapid river, Silver Creek. Again, here in the Blue Mountain section of the Bruce Trail. Absolutely gorgeous. My goodness, I just love this place. I can photograph this 1,000 times and never get tired of photographing this location. It's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Take a look behind me as the river continues. Right now I'm stood on a little wooden walkway courtesy of the Bruce Trail Conservatory. Thank you, volunteers, for such a great job. Wow. Okay, A little bit of a climb from here. Let's keep going. Something I've noticed on the Bruce Trail and the markers, sometimes the blades themselves being white, with impact snow on the tree, it's hard to actually distinguish from any kind of distance the actual marker itself. So right ahead of us is a marker, but as you can see, it does tend to blend in quite a bit with the impact snow, and from only about 12 feet away it becomes increasingly more difficult to actually distinguish. So I have mentioned to the Bruce Trail Authority or Conservatory about possibly changing the colour from white to maybe an orange colour. I think in the winter months especially, the orange colour would be much easier to distinguish. But again, I'm not 100% sure. It's just a thought. And there's probably a very good reason why they are white. Also, just for a point of interest, on the triangular signs that we have that say the Bruce Trail, it will say Niagara to Tobermory. That's fine. But one thing I've noticed in the past, when I did a through hike along this trail, the odd time I was disorientated and I wasn't 100% sure if I was heading north or south on the trail. So a suggestion to them would also be, when heading northbound, the northbound triangular markers maybe should say Niagara to Tobermory. But on the southbound side, when heading southbound, maybe they should say Tobermory to Niagara. That would really help with the confusion of disorientation between north and south sometimes. I do use a compass, but not always is the trail in alignment to north and south. Sometimes it's a little difficult. Just a thought. You know what? We're having a great day. We are now entering into the Platoon Conservation Area, which is a First Nations conservation area here along the Bruce Trail. And hey, the snow continues to fall. The temperature continues to drop. We're about maybe 5.5, 6 kilometers now into the hike today. And so far, we're doing just fine. The trail continues to be reasonably well packed, so we're definitely not post-holing here, which is great, because I really wasn't looking forward to that. But we'll see what the rest of the trail is like as we proceed. So far so good. Hey, trail named Jasper here. By the way, thank you so much for tuning in today and watching my video. Don't forget, if you like what we're doing, please give me a like. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Okay, let's keep going. We're a long way from over, and I think when we get to the Osler Bluff, we're going to be trying out a new gas burner today to make some coffee. We'll talk about that later. Okay, let's keep going. Now right here on this section of trail, there's kind of a narrow walkway which crosses an extremely deep crevice. I'm not sure if you can see down there, but it's a good 50 feet or more down there on both sides. Again, with just a narrow and short kind of walkway in the middle. So it's something to be extremely aware of when you come through this particular section. Now, granted, the Bruce Trail Conservatory do have this area marked, caution, deep crevice ahead, and they are 100% correct, and kudos for them for posting that. But just something to keep in mind, it's not a section of trail. In fact, very much of the Bruce Trail is not a trail that you would actually be doing at night with, say, a headlamp. Some trails I hike, I can do at night with a headlamp, but generally speaking, the Bruce Trail really isn't one of them. The Bruce Trail is a trail that should be navigated in daylight hours, essentially at any time of the year if you're doing any kind of distance. Maybe if you're local and you're taking the dog for a walk down a particular trail or path, you could maybe do that with a headlamp or something, but it isn't the kind of trail you would seriously do any major miles on after dark, that's for sure. Okay, we are moving right along here and we're doing just fine. Yeah, the snow continues to fall, temperature continues to drop. It's about -9 right now. I'm guessing, I haven't actually checked the temperature, but I'm guessing from feel. So it is definitely falling. Okay. Yeah. Let's keep going. So right behind me, well, right now we've just come to an intersection which is second lane. It's also the end of the John Haig side trail, which we were not on. We were on the actual Bruce. As we cross over second line, as we can see, the trail is very, very, very rugged and very little used. It's not well trafficked. So it's going to become much more challenging, at least through this next section. I believe once I get to the 6th line and from there to the Osler Bluff itself, is probably more used and more packed, hopefully. The snow continues to fall. However, we are leaving a decent trail behind us too to find our way home. Hopefully that's not all covered by snow by the time we're heading back this way. But you know what? The day progresses. It's amazing. Wow. As I mentioned earlier, once we get to the Osler Bluff, assuming we do, we're going to have a coffee break there. And we're going to do that today because I want to check out a new gas burner that I've purchased. So hey, we're going to, again, as I said earlier, we're going to talk about more about that when we get there. Blurred speech again. It's getting colder. It's now about -10. But that's okay. We choose to live here and I love it. I wouldn't change it, but anyhow, okay, let's keep going. Okay, well, we've made it to the peak of Osler Bluff. Absolutely beautiful. However, not the visibility I would have kind of liked to have seen today, but with the snow, the low cloud, the winter conditions, and again, welcome to my winter wonderland, but the visibility and the view from here is not what I was hoping for. However, I'm glad we're here. The hike itself has been great so far. We have to go the same way going back. One disappointing note, again, is the battery power on my GoPro Hero 7 Black. I am now on my 3rd fully charged battery in this short period of time today. I didn't bring a charger with me, although I should have done. But anyhow, I'm going to take a break. I want to try out my new GSI burner today and see how it works. It's a 60 Canadian dollar burner, about 40 US. So I'm hoping that does well. But anyhow, I'm going to set up, make myself a nice cup of coffee. I did make myself a chicken sandwich at home and I have some fruit with me. So we're going to take a break. We'll talk to you in a little bit. Okay. So this right here is my GSI burner. Now, I've just made coffee with it, which is always good, by the way. I also have a chicken sandwich with lettuce and cheese and tomato on it for my lunch, because it is lunchtime. So yeah, the GSI burner works fantastic. Obviously it's very cold out today and the water was very cold, but it brought that water to a boil very quickly, no problems. So I'm actually happy with that, because it was 60 Canadian dollars for that burner, which is about 40 US, so it's not a cheap burner. I did have I think it's called a BRS or a BSR 3000 I tried, but I sent it back to Amazon. It was only 10 bucks, but it wasn't worth anything. I didn't feel confident that it would last me on a through hike. But this one I do. It's very well made, it's very solid, and it works great. So hey, as I said, we're at Osler Bluff. There's not much to see. The views, you know what, it is what it is. It's winter, it's the weather. Let's just take a look and see if there's been any improvement whatsoever in the visibility. But, you know, we're just slightly off the bluff here, just in the sheltered from the wind so I could make my coffee, but the visibility again is still really, really, really bad. But that's okay. It's been a great hike to get here. It's going to be a great hike to get back to where we started from, 12.5 kilometers from here, to make it a 25-kilometer round. As I mentioned, my GoPro Hero 7 Black batteries are failing in this cold, but then again, most batteries will. So I'm going to cut this video short. I'm going to end it at this time rather than trying to record some of the hike back. So hey, Jasper here, trail name Jasper. Thank you so much for watching my channel. Again, please give me a like, share, comment, do subscribe if you haven't already. We will see you next time. Thank you. Bye bye. Whoa. Okay. Oh yeah. Ah. Things are cold. Wow. What an amazing day, guys. Yeah. What an amazing day.